Hello Hunter, and welcome back to my walkthrough of Monster Hunter World. Today, we will be touring the entirety of the Rotten Vale. Probably the simplest map so far, but one thing you should do before going out is bring some raw meat with you. Just bring 5. Technically you only need 1. Okay. I've eaten, right? Okay. Should do. Alright, let's go. Now I know I said before that the Rotten Vale is my all-time favorite map in this game. Now, like I said, some of you are thinking, like, why on earth would this awful looking place be your favorite? You know, because it looks ugly, and I do agree. It looks really ugly. It is decrepit, you know. Hey, Radaban. It is decrepit looking, it is just awful. But at the same time, I think that's kind of what makes it beautiful. Because of how it's just a unique place. When I first came here, I had to try and describe this place to someone who could not see. They were sick. Don't ask. It's kind of depressing anyway. I described this place as to think of the elephant graveyard from The Lion King, and then dial that up straight to 11. Instead of elephants, there are dragons and wyverns and like just giant bone piles littering the entirety of the floor of this vale. It's just, that's what I had to that's what I had to describe to him. So, and I was just thinking to myself, wow, that's actually pretty incredible. But even more incredible, you can see over there, that big area right over there, that is the skull of a monster in a previous game called Dalamadur. Take this. I'll put on screen how to spell its name if you want to take a look. But you fight it in a previous game, but the one you fight it, I think it was back in Monster Hunter 4. The one you fight there is actually much, much, much smaller than the one you fight, find here in the Vale. This thing is huge. You can see a little picture of it over here, its head. Basically, the entirety of this Rotten Vale, the main road of it, is the skeleton of a gigantic snake. Gigantic snake elder dragon thing. And that is awesome. And plus, it's home to one of my favorite monsters. That contributes to why this place is my favorite. So yeah, really ugly looking place, but at the same time, beautiful. It's just really cool. I just can't really describe it other than that. It's just interesting. And normally I like beautiful places like forests and mountains and the Coral Highlands. At first I thought the Coral Highlands were going to be my favorite when I first saw it, because it's a really cool place. But I just ended up liking the Rotten Vale so much more. Anyway, pretty simple map. We're just going to go up here first. And hopefully somewhere over here I can find a... Can I find a fossil pile over here? I guess not. But if you have an upsurge of fossils, then right here, pretty much right here where I'm standing, you will find the, what's it called? The wicked fossil? When fossils are flourishing. Oh wait, I'll show you a clip of that, because I already got it. The other fossils you can find are, well, the other things you can find from the fossil piles are the, what is it? The forgotten fossil and the legendary fossil? Anyway, there are a couple bone piles down there as well. Hopefully I can find one right here. Find one right here. Can I? Yep, there it is. This is what they look like. Just chilling out with Radabon there. You can climb down these tendrils if you want. Bone pile right here. Mandragora. 2 thunderbugs down this way. What? Oh! We actually had to find that guy in the... Oh, thank you. Herbal powder. That's basically like a life powder. It's basically an antidote for everyone. Or a... Is it an antidote for everyone? Here, let me look real quick. Yeah. It's like a antidote you can throw out for everyone. Alright. Remember this down here for later. We'll climb back up. We need to find that guy in the ancient forest. So far I've found him twice. Just out and about. Wait. Keep going down this way. As you can see, not a whole lot around here, but man, look at these spines. If you took a look at the Dalamador, then you'll recognize these spines as the ones being on its head and back. Anyway, now we are inside the skull of the Dalamador. Some bone piles here. There's another one just to the right there. And by the right I mean on the mini-map. Over there, there's one over there. In high rank there are places to mine here. I saw Radabon drinking from this water before. It looked disgusting. Anyway, we're gonna go over here. Now, I just told you, hey, remember what's over there? Thank you. I told you to remember this area. That's because when we were on that ledge, this is where we were looking down. And at least around here we've come full circle. Another ancient fossil there. For some reason I couldn't find that when coming here, but whatever. Very simple up here. So back down here. But one thing you can do, where is it? Oh, right over here. Must one right there, but you can crawl under here. There are some fossil piles over here. Blast nuts. Flash bugs, always good. At least I'm pretty sure that was a fossil pile over here somewhere. Maybe I'm thinking it was just in the upsurge, because I had an upsurge before and I came over here and there were some. Oh, there's one right there. Okay, jump down here. As you see, this is where that little area is, a little wide open area. Now, instead of sliding down that way, you can come over here and jump down. Oh, look at that. There's a corpse of a Legion down there. Is he gonna carry it away? I was down here earlier. He carried that Legiana corpse away. Odegaron did. I guess he's not hungry. Hello. Bye-bye. And you can carve from this Legiana corpse. Presumably. If you don't have any raw meat with you, you can kill those Ruffinos. They drop... you can carve raw meat or Windrake hide from them. So up here, antidote herbs. Toadstool. I'm gonna ghillie mantle it up. Sorry, I'm trying to go around here. And here, of course, is where the great Jiro sleeps. Some perish rooms here. And here, you can see there's crimson fruit. From these, you can get the underground fruit and the tainted fruit. And I'll show you where the upsurge one is in a minute. Some more right here. I have an upsurge of crimson fruit right now, actually. I already got the fruit, though, so I don't think it's there right now. Okay, just to make sure. And there's where we can jump down from before. You can also just walk around that way. You recognize all these fire herbs? There's a little ledge down here. Remember that spot for now. Come on, Hunter. Let go. You can catch these little guys, these little geckos, as pets. Some nitrous rooms here. You'll find the Piscine researcher here if he's out and about in the Rotten Vale. Devil's Blight right here. More crimson fruit. There's always honey there. Sometimes there's dung in this room. Usually it's right here if there is. There's a mandragora right here. Okay. And right over here. Oh, remember this for later. See that glowing blue? Right over here. Oh, it's here. This is where you can find the heavenberry. That's the one you find on the upsurge of crimson fruit. Okay, so might see there. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Now, if you walk in here for the first time, you'll trigger the little zoom-in camera when the Grimalkine is here. But he runs away. We'll go after him in a minute. This lump of meat here we'll be using later to do that one side quest, but that'll be in the next episode. Okay. Right. Now what's cool about this here is this little glowing blue rock. This is a reference to what Dalamadur can do. He can shoot meteors and they'll come down and hit you. Sometimes one will land and you can mine from it. Back in the day, back in 4 Ultimate. I remember that fight. It was pretty cool. But if you get a monster to attack this, usually Odogaron, you can get that thing to burst and it'll do damage to him. It'll do... There's another one over here. It can do significantly more damage to you, though. So keep that in mind. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Makes me hope for Dalamadur being an Iceborn. I'd love to fight him again. Oh. Here's a corpse of a Legiana. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I call him Odogaron. Must have carried it down here. Okay. Now, the scoutflies are telling me to go in there, but we're gonna go around real quick. You can also jump off these walls. Whee! Oh, and I almost forgot. I forgot to show this when I was getting the Heavenberry. This is a shortcut. So way up here. So, you know, you go around that way and to the left. And there's the skull of the Dalamadur. So, pretty cool, pretty cool shortcut. But we're gonna go back down. Here obviously is the other camp, but there is something notable I would like to show. Okay, Mandragora here. But remember this little ledge here? That's where we were before. See, remember that blue mushroom down there? It's a quick way to get back up there. Alright. Now, this acid here, I'd like to talk about this really quick. It's not really known what exactly this acid is from, but I choose to believe that since this whole map is made up of the skeleton of a Dalamadur, or perhaps two, because there's another skull over there, but since it's made up of a skeleton of a Dalamadur, I choose to believe that this is the remnants of its stomach acid. That's what I choose to believe. Kind of makes sense, you know? It's glowing blue, like the flame it shoots from its mouth. But, you know, maybe it stayed around. Maybe it's still here. I don't know. It's just... I'm probably wrong. I'm probably wrong. Don't take it with a grain of salt. But I choose to believe it is the stomach acid of the Dalamadur because that just sounds so freaking cool. Anyway, places to mine here. You can get a lot, and I mean a lot, of dragonite ore here. Of course, I say that as soon as I get 3 iron ore in a row. But as you come up here, there's a bone pile right there if you want it. There's a mining cropping. I swear, you can get a lot of dragonite ore here. Okay, really quick, before we go that way. Remember this spot? Glowing blue. Place where you found the heavenberry. Otogoron's nest. Places to mine here. Bait bugs up here, which is going to be useful for something you have to do for the Piscine researcher later. Just reflexes. Anyway. Even more importantly, over here is where that Gremmelkine went. Usually the cat that you have will make a comment when coming down here, but what you're supposed to do is put down raw meat and back off. We received the plunder blade from the plunderers, and on top of that, your cat can now tame and ride Gyros, those little Gyros, which are probably the most useful of the minion monsters it can ride. They can paralyze stuff, so It's good to have one fight for you, especially if you're fighting Orogaron.
The two moves of the Plunder Blade are the Plunder Blade and the Palarang. When using the Plunder Blade, your Palico will attack a boss and steal an item, usually a common material, and at the end of the quest you'll find that item in your Palico's inventory. With the Palarang, your Palico will toss a boomerang at the boss, and then an item will drop off of it for you to pick up. Usually it drops a common material, or slinger ammo.
And of course, down here. This place will have much more significance later. There's some null berries down here, which I can't carry. And right here, this is blocked off. But, yeah. Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to do that. You can drop these fangs here, which will be useful for a boss later. And that right there is basically another skull of what I believe to be another Dalamadur, but not entirely sure. It's a little harder to tell. Whatever it is, it's big. Yeah, might be a Dalamadur. Oop, I'm in the acid. Of course, don't want to go in there. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Can't think of anything else. I guess one thing I can say is that these fish over here... Now it gives me Dragonite ore. These fish over here, when you take on the Piscine Researcher's quest and you need the golden fish, this is where you find them. You need a bait bug though, but they kindly give you some, so yeah.
Piscine Researcher is right over here. I already showed you where to get the fish, so...
How you doing, buddy?
Right, the Endemic Life Researcher.
Hey, been waiting for you.
Scavantula. Those are those little spiders that are on the floor of the Roddenville. They're pretty common.
Shogun tuna. Giant sirloin. That sounds good. And that is the Rotten Vale. Pretty cool. Anyway, I say we wrap this up here. Next time we'll be taking on some subquests. And getting some new ingredients, most likely. But we got plenty of them today, so yeah. Anyway, until then, happy hunting.